Today, I'm at Intelli-Core, as you can see behind me. I'm at their warehouse here in Litchfield, Minnesota. They make the Core Ice trailers, the Core RV and Core Pro trailers. I'm here for two reasons today, and I can't wait for today's video. The first reason, we're gonna do a little bit behind the scenes. How do they make their shacks? What are all the options they have? And two, the really special part is I'm picking up a shack that I'm gonna be using this year. I can't wait, let's go ahead and jump in. Here's just a look at some of the shacks that they have here out front. We're gonna go ahead and jump in, talk to these guys, and see what it's all about. All right, let's go ahead and head on in. Here it is, the main office of Intelli-Core. Hey, how's it going? I'm Alex.
Jesse, good to see you.
Nice to meet you. What do you do here?
I do a little bit of everything. We're a small business, so everything from cleaning to designing to signing a check.
I was just telling everybody here that we're gonna do a little bit of a walk around, see what you guys are all about, and then I'm super excited. I get to pick up a shack today.
Absolutely, so we're excited for that.
So show us what you guys got here.
Okay, well, in this office, we do everything in the business. We do design, customer service, that sort of thing.
I like your sign up on the wall with the lights behind it.
Yep, that was made on our CNC machine right here.
Cool. What's this board over here? Tell me the story behind this thing.
This board is actually the guts and brains of any Core Ice or Core RV trailer. All you would see as the user is the keypads. These, the rest of these items live under the cover panels to run your lights and jacks and awnings and things like that. So if you're operating your trailer, we can show you how to do that right here and turn things on and do training. And we'll train dealer technicians. A problem somebody's talking about, we'll try to recreate it here and make sure to understand what's happening. But this is essentially an entire Core control system. What's neat about this is you don't have a bunch of switches all over your trailer that don't have a wiring diagram. There's no mystery wires in your trailer. Every single core is the same. Every brain box is built by that guy right there. So you have the same technician putting his hands on every one.
So you were just saying this is the panel that's inside of all of your trailers.
Yep, so this is your main keypad, and this is what you're gonna see. And then depending on the configuration of your trailer, you might have other keypads. They all have a keypad up here so you can turn on your exterior lights. That would be on the nose of your trailer. There's a Bluetooth connection here. But all of these different things here are running your lights, your jacks, your awning, bed. And the nice thing about that is that it's modular, so it's very easy to diagnose or replace a problem. And like I said, every trailer is the same.
I like how you got the board laid out like a trailer.
Yeah, it is.
You got your exterior lights, your interior.
Yeah, like if I wanted to turn on a bath light here or dim it.
Nice.
It's actually dimming in the nose of the trailer where your bathroom would be.
And so are all of the lights in the trailers dimmable? Some of them. Yeah, they all are.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Correct.
Cool. So into the warehouse is where we're going now.
Very important rule here.
Love it.
Just try to follow that every day.
Do not dumb here. No dumb area.
Correct.
Love it.
Because we know you're here, we don't have power equipment running, so we can go without eye protection.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Just come on through. So in this building here, we assemble our professional trailer. This is a different line of product made for contractors, fiber optic splicing, medical, police, fire, EMS, that sort of thing. So the Pro is not a better trailer than the Core Ice. It's just a different brand, a different market. They all share and benefit from each other from using the same technologies.
So these are the Pro trailers. So these are for people that work as electricians, mechanics, plumbers, those types of things.
Yep, we actually have two relatively local contractor special orders here. And this is actually a specialized trailer that they can do fiber optic splicing in, as well as haul their utility vehicle to the job site.
A big table here on the wall, roof, vent, and fan, air conditioner built in, so it's all season. It's got a heater in here, imagine.
Correct.
Too. It's all season. They got you guys these nice windows in here, a little workbench. They got the whole thing in here. They even got a radio in here.
Oh yeah. This one is worth a look. Just a glance anyway.
So do you guys do the wrap on it too?
Yeah, we did. This was a special order from the customer. So this is an electrician in Fargo, I believe, and this is his office. So he has heat, air conditioning, a bathroom, all of his tools. He can put his lift in here. This has a full off-grid lithium package and solar. So there's enough solar panels on the roof to keep him going all day. So he can come in here and work in air conditioning, use the bathroom on a job site like a civilized person, etc.
All the tool racking in here. Look at this. He's got a microwave, speakers. He's got a sink in here.
Yep, correct.
Can you get some lights? Look at that. Nice sink. Nice little. Oh wow, he's even got a toilet. Is this like a dry flush toilet? Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, dry flush.
And that front cabinet is full of lithium batteries. So he has about 2 work days of air conditioning just in the battery system. One thing that's essential to all of our cabinets is that they're all waterproof. So just like our trailer doesn't use any wood or paper or organic materials, our cabinets are the same way. So you can wash down the cabinet. You could spill a bucket of water in them. Nothing in the core will ever rot or grow mold, and that's really critical to our business. So we have to make our own cabinetry. Nobody else does exactly what we do here.
And how many different cabinet, like this is a gray one, do you have different ones that people can get to?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll show you some later. Awesome. You can see here that when we build cabinets, we also pre-wire any electronics. The quality of your electrical installation is 100% tied to how comfortable the guy is when he's wiring it. If he's on his knees in a dark corner, he's not going to do as good of a job. So we have a standard wiring pattern for every cabinet. So they can drop this in the trailer ready to go, and then if there's ever a problem later, every cabinet was wired exactly the same. So you asked about kind of different materials and finishes. We have, again, keeping with the no organic material theme, we only use solid surface countertops. It's a little more expensive, but they're never going to swell up and delaminate for you.
This is nice. It almost has like a kind of like a quartzy feel to it.
Yes.
But a little bit more plasticky. Definitely durable.
It's very much like a quartz, except that we can cut it on the machine here. And this is a high-end material you'll find in like very high-end dentist offices, for example. Yeah. Where they spend a lot of money on their interior fixtures. We've also pioneered a really cool thing, which is high-pressure laminates, like a luxury laminate material, but on a composite panel. So unlike any other laminate that's on a MDF or particle board, they still are subject to moisture. You can spend a lot of money on the laminate and still have the door fall apart if it gets wet. These won't. And this took several years to really develop, working with 3 different vendors on this. And we're really excited about this because
I like that one a lot.
This is the luxury laminates are where a lot of high-end kitchens are going. So
look at this is like a black wood grain. Yep. Like you said, all composite, so you're not going to have any molding, rotting, swelling, falling apart. I think we all hate those. Yep. And this is the machine that you cut all these out on, like this guy right here?
Correct. Yep.
This thing's huge. What's the size of this?
This is a 7 by 12 foot cutting area. We have a machine that we cut the walls and roof out of that it's 10 by 20.
Holy smokes.
So this room is where the sandwich is made. If you think of Intelli-Core as a sandwich shop, all kinds of bread. If you want a black trailer with a white interior or a wood grain floor or a black floor, etc., we can make that sandwich here. Now what goes in the sandwich depends on where we use the panel. Is it a wall? Is it a roof? Is it a ramp door? Most of the panels you get, you're going to have a very high density foam, or you're going to have honeycomb, or some combination of the two. This material here is an example of our flooring. Now most of the time when people think of fiberglass skins for RVs or fish houses, they're thinking of a very thin, almost a decorative skin, like something to use instead of sheet metal. The fiberglass that we order is made to our specifications for strength, where we have actual woven fabric and then another layer of random fabric under the gel coat. The gel coat's just there as sprinkles on the cake, but the panel itself is actually very strong, expensive structural foam or fiberglass. And what we did here to get wood grain in here,
I can't even bend this even if I wanted to.
We spent a couple years with our vendor coming up with a wood grain that looked good. So we really helped develop this, brought it into this market in the US. But essentially you have a wood grain texture that keeps you from slipping on the floor even when it's wet, but it's part of the panel. So it's not a coating, it's not a layer that's gonna peel off, it's in the resin. Yeah, and
super durable.
It is super durable. The neat thing about it too is you have perfect insulation because you're not limited to providing structure in the floor panel, because it is a structural panel. And also when we bond that to the frame and floor panel come together to share the stiffness and strength of the trailer. So it's much like a unibody SUV, for example.
And that up there I see on the shelf is the black flooring that I had. Anybody here that's, of course, watched my channel and seen a bunch of the other videos I did the last couple of years on the Black Hole Ice Shack. Yep. This is where they get their floors made. And that up there on that roll is exactly what I use for my floor that I absolutely loved. And
we're actually making a stack of Black Hole floors right now. So right here, what Andy's rolling out is an entire 6511 core ice.
Holy smokes, on one cart.
Yep.
That's the walls and the floor and the ceiling.
And the ramp door.
And the ramp door. So these are on one cart. Look at this.
These are raw panels. So they're gonna put the panels through this machine now, which is a giant CNC, 10 by 20 feet.
Sheesh.
And this will turn that set of raw panels into finished panels for a 6511.
Wow. This thing is huge. Look at this.
Yeah, this costs significantly more than my house. And probably a lot of people here could say that.
Right? Holy smokes. That's really cool though.
So this one's gonna be bright orange, which is cool. I think for the people that like a little sportier look, because they are buying a toy, let's be honest.
Yep.
Orange is a bold choice that I support that message. So Doug over there has a clipboard with every CNC file required to make a 6511. So he's gonna put the panel on, pick that file. It'll cut it perfectly every time. It's really all about taking the difficulty and human error potential out. But the key is really you are getting very consistent, predictable quality.
And me not knowing anything about CNC machines, why are all these grooves here? Is that from the router bit doing its work? And this is just kind of like a sacrificial surface?
Exactly. Okay. So this get replaced every couple weeks, but cool. It's called a spoil board. So the composite cutter can go through here. The composite cutters are like $150 a piece, and they only cut a couple trailers. So you don't want to damage them.
Yep.
So they can cut into this soft material pretty easily. Incidentally, this material is usually what's in your cheaper cabinet laminates or your countertops. So you can see that while we replace it and throw it away every week. In the summer when we have a lot of moisture in the air, this gets harder to keep flat and we actually have to throw it away more frequently. So in this room we assemble the ice and RV. What you're looking at right here is an 8019. I can see that it has a bathroom because there's two vents. Over here we have an 8026, a pretty complex unit. It's a 3/4 bath with 120 gallons of water in it. It's fresh gray black.
Fresh and gray, okay.
Combined, yep. So one of the special features, I guess, of ours versus kind of a traditional RV water system is that we did design this to work in any climate. So if you want to take a shower in the middle of Red Lake and minus 30-degree weather, you can. A lot of the water systems we see in RVs, they kind of say Arctic rated down to 35 degrees. I don't think that solves hot water for most ice fishermen.
Right.
So we actually use more expensive European appliance that's designed for use in the winter. So by opening a couple simple valves, the water heater will drain itself and it's good to go. You don't have to put antifreeze in the water heater. It also has electric heat. So if you get home on a Sunday night and you're gonna go fishing again on Thursday, you don't wanna burn propane all week, you can actually plug it into your house, keep the trailer above freezing. The tanks are heated as well. So as long as you have power, you're gonna have hot water no matter the climate.
So you've got your jacks inside, it looks like.
Yep. There's three main reasons we do the lift system we do. We don't have any weldments on our axles. The axle manufacturers actually tell us people should not be welding to torsion axles because there's rubber in them. If you want a hydraulic lift system, you have to weld attachment points to your torsion axle. So that's number one, protect the axle. And the other aspect of that, because we're lifting the trailer vertically, we're not using the axle itself to lift the trailer. If you're frozen into the ice or something like that, and you're using your rubber suspension to lift the trailer, you could actually overload that suspension, just as if you had put a tractor in your fish house and ran it down the road overweight. So we're protecting the axle by doing that. You can change the axle in our system by the side of the road if you want with hand tools. These are ball screw actuators, so they're quiet. What you can do by using vertical lift instead of hydraulics is we can level this trailer on any surface. Or let's say we want to load a heavy vehicle, we can put the jacks down to stabilize the back of the trailer while we load it. So there's all kinds of versatility you get by using this system. And the biggest number one thing is this family of trailers was designed to be the first fish house and only that can comfortably carry a tracked UTV, full-size UTV. The hydraulic systems require you to have like a really big cabinet here. And by the time you do that, you don't have room for your tracked Ranger and you can't get in and out of the door. So on our design, you'll always see the passenger side has kind of your entertainment wall and the driver's side's open. We're thinking about how you can egress from your Ranger when you pull it in or back it out. You can actually get in and out of the door like a civilized person.
That makes sense.
So here you're gonna have your electric fireplace, your TV. Again, I said this trailer has electric heat in addition to propane. We have 3 possible sources for heat. Actually 4, because this trailer will have 2 furnaces. There's a lot of redundancy there. You know, one of the big things, if your furnace goes out in your fish house, you're done. The week's over. We have electric heat here. We have electric heat up front, electric hot water. We also have gas hot water and a rear gas furnace in this particular model. So this model, which is this is your week-long vacation.
Yep.
You have 4 ways to make heat.
I think you'd want to use this thing year-round too.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's so nice in here. And this is what we were just looking at out there. This is that wood grain flooring.
Yeah.
So it's this isn't an overlayment or anything on top of the floor. This is the floor.
This is the floor. It's in the fiberglass. And it really looks, you know.
It looks like wood, and it feels like wood too.
And the traction is excellent. You know, unlike a rubber floor where you're going to get slippery when it's wet.
Yep. Well, yeah, I know that because, like we were talking about, like this is the same type of thing as the black ones that I've had in the Black Hole Shack, and you guys have all seen if you follow the channel. Like I go in there with my ice spikes on. I don't know if you're supposed to or not, but it doesn't do anything to the floor. The floor holds it. You can drive your stuff on it, tracked, wheels, whatever you want. And it's awesome. It looks like they've got the catch covers is what they use. Yep. Which are my favorite hole covers.
Yeah. Trevor at Catch Cover has been a good friend of ours all along.
Is you'll see this in some of the other like trailers and ice houses that are out there. Some of them have some raised floor, but they put all of their tanks inside of this insulated heated area. So that way, like he was saying, you can use this thing year round. When you're out ice fishing for a week, you know, you can be one of the guys that gets to take a shower in the morning.
One of the mistakes, maybe, in my opinion, that the year-round RV editions make is they give you very small water tanks.
Yeah.
Everybody's worried about that extra fish hole. Personally, I don't use a fish hole that's in a doorway or in the bathroom. You know, I would rather have enough water to have a summer vacation.
Yep.
And I think when the tanks are so small in some of these RV editions, you're really talking about a 1 or 2 day water system, not a week long. And we really see a lot of people use the bathroom then just for storage or for a dry toilet in the winter. We really want people to, they're buying expensive components.
Yep.
We're not going to cheap out on any of those, but if we're selling them to you, we want you to use them. And you talked about, you know, you could use this in the summer. We actually built a surprising number of these with no fish holes at all for people that have never heard of ice fishing. Maybe outside of this region, or it's just not their hobby. But it was always designed as a toy hauler first. So it's you know, we talk about Core as being a very lightweight trailer, and it is. But it's a lot heavier than it could be. And that weight is there because we built a real toy hauler. So it's an excellent camping trailer for people that do, you know, dirt bikes or any sort of motorsport racing, or they take their kids out on mountain biking trips, things like that. It is a toy hauler, and we sell probably as many of these large ones without fish holes as we do with.
I got to give you a little credit here. You say that they're maybe a little heavier than they need to be, but they're still not. They're still really light. Like even this 8026, how much would you say finished weight it would be?
Dry
weight.
Finished weight with all the furniture, everything, like right out the door, low 5,000, like 5,200 pounds.
That's not bad. And then you look at like
and that's with 3/4 bath, kitchen,
that's awesome.
TV, fireplace, sofa, Happy Jack, dinette. You know, that's.
What about like 6.5 by 15?
You can get down to about 1,500 pounds there.
So that's crazy. That's crazy.
I showed you the fiberglass material. Again, that's heavier than it has to be, but it's how we want it. We believe in designing for a value compromise of strength to weight. So at some point, you can make it lighter and weaker, stronger, heavier. We're trying to find that best balance where the trailer's going to last you your lifetime and make it a little stronger than that. So you're gonna carry a few extra pounds, but you're still gonna be 40% lighter than a steel and wood trailer. You could build a fiberglass fish house that's lighter. It won't be as strong.
So you can see they've got the outside of the panel here, outside of the panel there, and then they've got the inside there. So that's some of the filler that we were talking about before. They've got a few channels of stuff where the wire goes, and inside you can see they've got lights all the way around because that's where they've got wires going.
Yeah, so a key thing in our construction philosophy is that this is not a garden shed on wheels. This is a vehicle. You're paying a vehicle price. It should last a vehicle lifetime. So we don't bury any wires in a wall anywhere, ever. Never, never, never.
That's awesome.
Every wire in this trailer is serviceable and you'll never hit it with a nail or a
great.
screw. You see here, wires for the air conditioning and thermostat. If we ever had to pull new wires, we could. We're using Coast Guard rated marine cable. Again, if you're pulling wire, you should use flexible wire that's made for an outdoor vehicle. The roof is, there's no wood in the core. Again, no wood in our construction at all. And it's an extremely strong roof. It can support the air conditioner without additional structure. You can walk on the roof, etc. So up here you can see that main wiring panel that Brandon puts together. Every core is exactly the same up here. If you have a fully featured 8026 and a 6511 base model, they're all the same except that you'll have more or fewer components. But every wire is the same. This harness is made in a vehicle harness factory. So no matter what core you buy, it matches a wiring diagram. Every single spot on this board matches a diagram, so we can service this at any point in time. Very quickly troubleshoot, diagnose, replace, whatever needs to be done. Very, very painless to deal with any burnt out appliances or anything in this trailer. So your trailer starts life as a frame. The floor is going to come off the CNC machine in the lamination area, and it's going to get glued down with a very strong transportation adhesive. We call it structural bonding. It's the same kind of adhesive you'd find holding the doors together on a modern car. You know, no welds, no fasteners. That floor panel is going to get bonded to the frame, and you have an extremely stiff chassis at that point.
Oh wow.
Extremely light.
Super light.
But again, we've always been a toy hauler company. Every trailer has the ramp door attachment. When you bond that floor to this, you're stronger than a steel frame. Right. It's really awesome. All the welds are 360-degree welded. There's no skips in the welding. They'll put the floor on here. Axles, things like that go on up here. So it's, again, if the assembler is comfortable, he's working at a nice height, he can see very well, he's going to do a better job. The quality of your product is only as good as the quality of your work area, how comfortable you are.
So we came back into the area where all these designers work. These are the guys behind the scenes that make the magic happen. And we saw this printer working. So first, tell us who you are, what you do here, and then show us what you got going on.
I'm Troy. I'm a mechanical designer here, one of. We've got a dual head flash forge printer that we brought on board to really do an R&D parts for prototyping out extrusions, and found out that they're useful for production parts in many cases as well. Currently we're printing some caps for our corner caps that finish off our units quite nicely, and they're actually quite functional because we put a gutter for watershed in them.
That makes sense.
We can print about a trailer a day on this machine. We have another single head extruder over there that it's a little bit longer because it's only one extrusion happening at a time, but it's a quite functional little tool for production parts.
That's really cool. Well, cool. Well, thanks for letting me interrupt your day a little bit.
No problem.
So kind of a lot going on here. These 3 off-road trailers just came back from a show last week in Virginia.
So if you're one of the people that wants to use, like you see these off-roaders that are doing the trailers behind Jeeps and trucks and...
Yep, they're called overlanding, so you can go much of the public land. This is very popular in Australia and Europe.
So these say Core RV on them.
Correct.
Does that, help me understand what that means? Because I imagine this doesn't have a bathroom in it, right?
Right, so Core Ice really is any ice fishing trailer that does not have hot water and RV features.
Okay.
But that is the brand that we started with in the ice market. Expanding beyond that customer, nobody outside of our area understands what ice fishing is.
It's true.
So really when we do an RV, it's either has a lot of like water features, you know, traditional RV like features for camping in the summer, or it's something specialized for like off-road camping, overlanding like this. And that really, the brand is really speaking to the market that it sells to, not really anything particularly different about the construction of the product. But we do try to tailor and engineer every product to the customer and to their application. So this trailer wouldn't fit in an ice fishing world. It doesn't have,
Right.
you know, the features that you're looking for there.
Ooh, nice. I see that little EV logo up there.
Yep. So EV means that we put an off-grid or a generator replacement system in it. A lot of these professional trailers come with a built-in generator. And if you think about it, the person using this trailer spends 40 hours a week listening to the generator run.
Right.
Smelling the fumes, whatever.
Yep.
And we really believe that the direction things are going will be more like this, where you can basically turn on your air conditioning without a generator. Let's go around the back and do your job for the day. This is an example of where engineering for the professional market helps the recreational trailer, because all of our investments in this off-grid technology pay off for an RV user. So right here, what we're looking at is a fiber splicing lab. So this is a nice, clean, climate-controlled work area for the technicians.
I like the light, and the lighting goes all the way around. And it's bright white in here, so you get some good lighting.
Yep. This is a very high-end laboratory. You know, even the countertops, like we showed you the countertops we use in ice and RV.
Yeah.
Are very much like a modern kitchen.
Yeah. These are
This
different.
is like a science lab.
Yeah, what is it?
It's called phenolic. So this is, if you were ever in chemistry in college and one of those like 100-year-old laboratories that you had class in, the countertop was still holding up.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
This is cool.
Again, we don't skimp on the price of any material.
Well, and it's so great too because it's so thin, so you're not like losing, you know, 2 inches with your counter space there, and it's so clean. And is this radiant heat? Is that what this is?
Correct. There's 2 heaters. Then we have a high efficiency air conditioner.
Nice. Look at this thing.
Here's where the magic happens from the off-grid stuff. This is a very fancy lithium system with an inverter.
Wow, check this out. How many amp hours is this guy?
920.
Whoo! Wow.
So there's a couple work days here.
Yes. That's some power.
Yep. Because we didn't cut any corners to do this.
Right.
We can pass that knowledge and that capability down to any recreational market.
I love it. So you've got the side door here, and then you've also got that door that we just walked in. Oh, okay.
So they could pass the cable through, close the door, and they still have a climate-controlled environment.
Yep. So this one we're gonna go look at now is an 8019 Core RV, but you can get this for ice fishing, or if you don't ice fish, you can get the same thing just in non-ice fishing, just with no holes in it.
Correct. And that's what this one is. So this is a 3/4 bath. So you have the ability to actually take a shower, like we talked about. So your shower is going to be here, and you see we got kind of that nice high pressure laminate here. Marble shower.
Nice backsplash. Yeah, look at that.
8026, you're going to get a much bigger fridge, but in the 8019, you get this fridge, and then this one has an EV system as well for off-grid operation.
That's awesome. Yeah, look at this. Look at this panel here. It says 100%.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yep, if it was less than 100, you could actually go in and see how much solar production you're getting. A little bit smaller kitchen than an 8026, of course.
Microwave up top. And then in the bathroom here, we've got those nice, it's a lighter wood for the cabinets, tons of cabinet space. You've got an actual flushing toilet. So does this have a black tank then in it?
Correct.
You've got the shower here. Really nice walls on there. This black hardware. Spray nozzle. This thing's decked out. Hanging spot for your robes or whatever you got, your towels. Nice little sink here. You got your fan in the bathroom, towel hook. Yeah, I like that. I can tell you guys put more of like the homey touches to it and really making it useful for that all season person.
We had this out in South Dakota this summer, and they didn't need to use the generator at all. We have the wind sensitive awning on here, which is pretty cool. We only use the high-end armless awnings, and I see it has retracted itself, so nice to know that works. But this is just kind of an example of where the RV product can go that is outside of the mindset of kind of the traditional ice market. A lot of this customer doesn't know about or doesn't ice fish.
I mean, look at this. They've got a recliner in here, which if you made this an ice fishing trailer, you could have ice holes here, and then you could have a couple of boat seat pedestal seats there.
Correct.
Then you've got your kitchen dinette, and above that, I don't think we've talked about this too much, but you've actually got a lift bed above on that back door.
Yep.
So you could actually sleep. You got basically 2 beds in here.
Correct.
And I know you have models that if you don't do the 3/4 bath and you just do a half bath, you can actually have
the sofa
here too.
Yep. So you can stack people in here if you want. This is a full down here when it's folded out, and this is a queen. You can run the bed from any of these keypads or from your phone, your Bluetooth app. So again, with our kind of modular control system, you don't have to get out of bed to run the bed. You don't have to be at the bed to run the bed or turn on the lights or anything. You can lay in bed and turn off your lights later. You can see I'm dimming here.
Yep.
So you do have kind of some capability there with that system. That's really, really nice.
And right when you get in the door here, you've got your full panel that we were looking at the very beginning. Really nice. I think the thing that I really like about this, and it was, you know, when I first saw core ice shacks, core RV shacks, maybe, you know, 3 years ago, one of the things that I really looked at was, and I had this mindset too, like, these are sterile. They're all white, and it looks like a doctor's office in here. And we saw in the Pro line, that's maybe actually what you want in certain environments. But now, like, even for the ice shacks, or I'm sorry, the ice trailers or the RV style camping, you can see if you start adding some of these other things in, and now with your different cabinet panels, the flooring that you have, these are actually incredibly nice. I would, you know, argue some of the nicest trailers on the market. Even competes with a lot of the RV manufacturers that are out there that don't even do ice fishing.
Yeah, the design philosophy in RVs moves very slowly. So you're still going to see a lot of like beige with, you know, speckled kind of wallpaper look. It doesn't hurt my feelings to say it looks like a doctor's office. There's a lot of really expensive doctor's offices.
That's a good point.
And that is a design philosophy we have, is to follow marine markets. Look at the inside of private aircraft. We actually go to IBEX, which is the International Boat Building Expo, where they build, you know, expensive saltwater boats, that market, to look for componentry. It's just so far ahead of where the RV industry typically is. And it's just a matter of taste. Now with laminates, if you don't like gray cabinets, now we can do black, we can do wood grain, we can do marble. There's a lot of choices there, but we're never going to put wood in the trailer. That mold and mildew and rot become the early death of every RV style, and that's not who we are. That's not what you're paying for. You ready, Alex?
Let's do it.
Walk through. Let's open it up and get some light in here.
Woo! Look at that.